SG headquarters. Alright, so let's go on down to the game room. We'll start here on the landing, where essentially I want to create a wall that kind of welcomes you to the game room. So as you come down, you'll notice a wall. These are displays, so display.com. If you've never checked them out, they're actually metal artwork and some of my favorite games. So you got Witcher, Halo, Red Dead, Bioshock, Last of Us, probably all my favorite games. Obviously the LE print here, it's a silk thing with some quotes from the game, which is really cool. Those guys who know me or those who follow know Halo is my favorite franchise. So as you walk down the steps, there's Halo 1 through 5. So Combat Evolved, 2, 3, 4, and you've got Halo 5 here. So come on down. A couple Bioshock prints, official prints from the game, the artwork from the game. Simon and Masquerade Ball here. And then I did this myself a little while ago. It's kind of like the entrance to when Bioshock starts. So I made that No Gods or Kings, Only Man. So as if you're walking under the banner. Actually made that. And of course my son, who is a Skyrim fanatic, like some of you probably are, made a little waypoint to come down to the game room for me. So I have set up game rooms in the past in a couple other houses. I moved into this house last year, and of course the first thing I wanted to do was create a new gaming space. So we can kind of work our way around the room here. So those of you who watch our Bitcast or watch some of the videos we make will recognize this wall here. So this is kind of just a steelbook wall I put together. As you can see, I've got steelbooks from just a whole bunch of different games, and I kind of mix and match. I actually have more steelbooks than I can really fit on the wall realistically, so I kind of switch them out here and there. Point out a couple favorites real quick. You got the Polish Witcher 3 here. That's really rare. I had to import that. What else we got? Borderlands 3 just came out as a good one, but yeah, anyway. So, and then we do some recordings here. Dan comes over, he's local, as you know, on the big cast. So kind of just one of the walls I have set up down here, a couple Halo things. That's the original Halo 2 print from when the game launched. That was only given to retailers. You can tell by the embossed logo here. Halo 5, of course, just a good picture of Chief. If you weren't aware, I'm a massive fan of Red Dead Redemption 2. I think it's one of the greatest games ever made, so I did a little homage here, including this custom artwork print, the Edge magazine from England when they first launched it, the collector's edition, and then the steelbook and a custom print. I actually met Arthur Morgan, of course, so that was fantastic getting to speak to him, and he signed both those things for me. I am also a really big Borderlands fan. And so you've got the Borderlands 2 Collector's Edition here, the Borderlands 3 Collector's Edition, and just some random pieces, you know, a Psycho Pop, Tiny Tina's Bunny, and, you know, a couple of the prints from the Borderlands 3 edition, so, yeah. So if you couldn't tell, I'm a big Gears of War fan. So you've got this is actually the original Gears 2 Lancer that was really limited, sold through Amazon back when Gears 2 Limited Edition came out. So this is the original from 2008, I guess it was. Gears 3 Retro Lancer, and then the Neck and Needler and Energy Sword. As I already said, Halo is my favorite franchise, so I just thought it'd be cool. You know, I kind of had these props, and I was trying to find what to do with this little corner wall right here, so made a good point to mount these up. I've actually taken these out on Halloween a lot of times. The kids around the neighborhood think they're really, really cool, and it's kind of a fun thing to let them hold it and take pictures with the big Lancer and everything else. So there you go. Yeah, so just I'm really big on prints. You'll see a lot of prints as we walk around the room here. So this was a custom print for No Man's Sky, believe it or not, when it first launched. I'm one of those people who played it at launch, and I just thought it was a really cool looking print of landing on like another planet. This is an official 343 Industries from Acme print from Halo 4. This is a numbered edition. This as well is, all three of these are Horizon Zero Dawn. I really love that game. And so this is a 1 of 50 actually. This is number 3 of 50 print from Cook and Becker. So they make some really high-end prints if you like your games like that. They're doing some cyberpunk stuff now, so check it out. And then these two are just smaller ones from the Thunderjaw Collector's Edition, which we will get to shortly. As you work your way down here, this is kind of my mini bar, and in case you couldn't tell, I kind of like my alcohol a little bit. It's actually a little low stocked right now, but you've got your beer fridge, all your alcohols, and then, as I said, more prints, right? So you've got the 30-year celebration of Rare here, which celebrates all their games, and the 10-year celebration of Uncharted, another one of my favorite franchises. Love that. And then, you know, every now and then when you wake up, you need some Cuphead cereal. So as you see, we'll go around the room, you'll see I have a lot of Cuphead stuff. I adore that game. So, and then just a few little small things set up here, some gaming related. I've got the For Honor Collector's Edition here, directly from Ubisoft with the actual metal helmets. And, you know, a few Witcher things. We got this from Outer Worlds at E3 this year, funny enough. Fallout 4 dog. You know, there's just, pretty much this room is littered with things. One thing you'll kind of notice is that, or not notice, but one thing I do is move stuff around all the time. This room is constantly in flux. So just kind of stuff everywhere. So a little while ago, a few years ago, I got into statue collecting, and I first got into it from a buddy who collects comic book statues. And so these were two of my first pieces. They're actually probably the only non-gaming thing related thing down here, and that is Punisher Maquette Sideshow and the Hellboy as well. So these are just really nice statues I've kind of kept since then. As you can see, there's just random stuff here. So you've got like Persona 5 Collector's Edition, Dark Souls Collector's Edition, We Happy Few I actually really liked. I like the concept of it. That's Collector's Edition. Halo 5 down here. Like I said, I've got more stuff than I even have space for, so there's just like another Cuphead print here, which is pretty cool. They made it look like an old Atari cartridge, which I thought was awesome. I gotta put that up. What else? Octopath Traveler Collector's Edition, a Recore statue, Pip-Boy here, and some Bioshock props like the Eve hypo and some custom stuff. So, this thing here is a picture of actually Bert and I at E3 last year. At E3 meeting the guys from RKG, so shout out to RKG. Three really good guys doing their own thing right now. If you don't follow them, check them out, great videos. So working our way around, I already told you, love Cuphead, so some of the new plushes, another print. That's actually a Bottleneck Gallery print. That's one of only 150 as well. And then this is just some kind of older stuff I threw up, some of the stuff I really love from my youth. So got the Sea of Thieves controller and the Edge from when that launched. I just thought that was a neat little corner for that. But Banjo-Kazooie, I'm sure if you follow us, you've heard me talk about that endlessly. I love Banjo-Kazooie. Got Phantasy Star, the original Phantasy Star for the Sega Master System, and a matching print here from Cook and Becker as well. That is my favorite game all time as a kid, so it's one that I just spent endless time on as a kid, and I just love having that there. This is actually the original copy from when I was 10 years old. A long time ago now. Night Trap, Yoshi's Island, Mario Kart, and funny enough, the collector's edition of Windjammers, when they re-released that, I actually had that for the Neo Geo going way back. But I thought that was cool when they re-released it. This, if you weren't aware, is the backpack we got at Xbox Fan Fest this year. So they gave out a Sea of Thieves backpack and then they filled this with a whole bunch of other goods. But this is a really cool backpack. And then on this final end here, you see above me, is Chief coming down from outer space. So I hung him up here. You can't really see it from the angle, but he's broken. This is the promotional Halo 2 statue from that was in GameStop's EB Games, all those when the game came out. And I had a buddy send it to me years and years ago, but it broke in shipping, and so it broke kind of beyond recognition now. And so what I've done is just hang his torso up so he can still be displayed. Alright, so the bathroom's back here. We're not going to go in because it's just a small half bath, but long and short of it is I put up maps from a whole bunch of different games in the bathroom. So everything I put in there is a map of the game. What you can see here is Red Dead Redemption 2. There's Witcher 3 and Kingdom Come Deliverance and Fallout and a whole bunch of maps just in the bathroom there. So just something to look at while you're in there. Moving around, this is one of my favorite movies as a kid, Transformers the movie, the original. So again, not really gaming related, but just nostalgia. This is a limited print. I forget who made this one, but I got it years ago now. And then just some more collectibles. So these are all the NECA Gears of War 2 figures. They're actually really sought after nowadays because they didn't make a ton of them and they haven't made anything like it since. So a bunch of them here. You got good old Rom, you got Scourge, you got Theron Guard, and a whole bunch of those guys, Contis, and everything else. This shelf is like the leftover collector's editions, a place I didn't have space for really. So you got both of the Division 2s, you got Fallout Collection, you got Wolfenstein 2, We Happy Few like I said, and then this right here, if you know what this is the, damn I don't even remember the name of it. This is the big melee thing from Gears 3, so I told you I'm a big Gears fan. So this is actually going up on a wall over there, I just haven't hung it up yet. So again, something that's kind of hard to find nowadays. I'm kind of redoing my game shelves. There's, you know, I need more room for certain games, but long and the short of it is, you've got Tataku's, this guy who's named Bert, who's filming, got me into another thing, which I hate him for, and that's collecting the Tatakus I like. So you've got those here, along with Mr. Solaire amiibo, and a limited print from Bloodborne. So this is actually the official PlayStation print for the Canehurst Castle. So as you can see here, that's one of 300 as well. And then just some Blu-rays, old Sega Master System games, NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Genesis, PlayStation 2, you know, just a collection of various games from various generations, along with the European Super Nintendo Mini, as you can tell by the design and the colored buttons. So, and then lastly, I collect magazines, rare magazines with cool artwork. So Edge magazine usually has some cool ones, like Chief and Mario here. This is an old 10th anniversary of Halo anniversary, so it's like the 10 years after that. This came out in 2011, so damn, getting old. And then some classic Edge magazines too, with Axelay and Street Fighter and Gauntlet and how's that one down there? I don't even remember.
Gradius?
Yeah, it might be Gradius, yeah. So, anyway. So this is like a big alcove basically that I do work at. So you can see my desk here, and it kind of looks out onto my property, but I kind of converted this into having all sorts of stuff, which we'll go through, including some retro game station as well that we can play. But yeah, we'll go around the circle here and I'll talk about some of the things on the wall. Alright, so I told you I'm a big Cuphead fan, so yeah, all the Cuphead pops you can see here. This is actually a alternate poster that was made. There's only 30 of those, so that's number 16 of 30. That's one of my rarest prints, so that's a pretty cool one. When you go to a lot of game shows, E3 and all these stuff, you get a lot of lanyards. There's lanyards all over the place. So some of the ones that collected here, and there's more over here, but you know, our media access from E3 and Cyberpunk and FanFest and my original Xbox lanyard, which is still the best one ever from 2001. And then I also stream for Extra Life, so last year I raised up to like 800 bucks, so I got my silver medal there. A bunch of pins from E3 here. I didn't know what to do with them, so I put up a corkboard and just kind of stuck them all in there, and a bunch of rare ones here, you know, FanFest and Halo and just everything, Gears, Ori, all those games from E3. Here, you may have seen these because I haven't even built them, as you can tell. These are the Cuphead, kind of almost like Lego sets made by McFarlane. So they're just sitting here waiting for me to build. As I said, the room's constantly in a state of flux. It's got Halo 4 Collector's Edition record here, soundtrack, Chiefs on the other side, Cortana. Neil Davidge signed thing from Halo 4. That is Bioshock 2 soundtrack, and just random prints. As you can see, all kinds of prints. Believe it or not, I still have an Anthem one up. Why do we still have an Anthem one up? But that's still there. Diablo, some Halo stuff, original Bioshock, more Cuphead stuff. These are from Artivision, so these are actually 3D shadow boxes in glass, and they're actually painted. They're kind of weighty. They're very, very nice. They're from Artivision, so if you like what you see there, definitely check them out. They're good guys. Further coming around, so 8-Bit Boutique, another guy you can find on Twitter out of England who makes kind of 3D special things. That's actually the Matt out of Super Mario World. Really, really cool collectible, cool gift for people. You might see all this stuff on the floor. This is stuff I'm either giving away or selling, or just I constantly in the state of flux of game stuff, as I said. This, one of my favorite pieces. So this is Gaming Head's Bioshock Rosie statue. The thing weighs about 40 pounds. It's super heavy, super big, as you can see by the scale. Helmet lights up. You probably can't see that too well, but it's just an incredible, incredible piece. One of my favorite statues that we'll see going around here. And good old Mortal Kombat fight stick down there that I still use. That's from the 360, and I still plug that in via a converter and play online with that, just because I'm an old school arcade guy, and that's what works best. Lastly, in this corner, we'll just stop here. We'll just some more Bioshock stuff and more lanyards. Like I said, the Mixer booth at E3, streaming, Nintendo booth, and just endless lanyards. I gotta find a better place to hang them all up. Alright, so more stuff, right? So Gears. So a bunch of Gears pops, the collector's ones, the Gears pop rare ones. This is a statue from when Gears 2 released. It's like a dumbbell, a big weight, really rare. It's they only made 100 of these. It's a Boomer statue, a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from, I want to say, 2008. So it's now 11 years old and really rare. This is a skate print we got from E3 this year, and Gears 4 poster, collector's edition of Gears 4, collector's edition of Gears 3, and then just more pops and stuff down here. Believe it or not, one of these, don't know if it's this one or not, really rare Chief, the first Halo pop they ever made, so those are pretty collectible nowadays. And then I'm a big fan of art books as well, so you can see a bunch of collectors' art books and guides down here. Anything that has art from games I really love, so a bunch of those I've actually run out of room, as you can see, so I've got to move some stuff around. But this is more of like a retro game station I created. Everything works here and is plugged in this converter. So you've got Dreamcast, PS2, GameCube, 64, Genesis with the power-based converter so you can play Master System games. God of War PS4 is just for show. And you've got a SNES Mini, an NES Mini, and then this is my other Xbox One X because as a family we're playing Borderlands 3 together right now, and so we sometimes group up and play that. This Xbox here is my original Xbox, but it's modded, so this has about 15,000 games on it or something, everything up through basically the 32-bit era, including arcade games like Simpsons, X-Men, all those awesome ones. So this is a fantastic thing to break out when you have friends over. So some more games, nothing to really talk about too much here, just PlayStation 4, Xbox One, as you can imagine, Xbox Originals down there, including, this one I like to show off is the Japanese version of Halo, the original Halo. So awesome, love having anything Halo related. And on that front, this is the Master Chief Bluetooth speaker. So this thing is actually quite loud. I take it out to my garage every once in a while working on cars. But that's a really cool piece as well. More games, CDs, believe it or not. I don't know why these are still out. And then you've probably heard me talk about Witcher 3. Witcher 3, one of my favorite games of all time. I think it's the best game of all time. And so I have a lot from Witcher, as you can tell. So this is an actual CD Projekt Red Cook and Becker print. Only 100 of these made of Triss. This is actually just a print off Redbubble. An artist made that, which I framed. And then a buddy on Witcher Reddit actually made these and sent one to me. So custom artwork there as well. Here you've got, you might have seen videos on our channel, you've got the Geralt and Triss. These are the Prime 1 Studio statues. Both exclusive. I don't think he's exclusive. She's exclusive. And then the matching pops, and then all below you see the Dark Horse figures. So those are the Dark Horse, like 11, 12-inch figures. And like I always say, you know, to put into scale, this is a 1 foot tall statue, so you can see how big these Prime 1 statues are. They're massive, but very, very cool and worth it, in my opinion. And Witcher 3 Collector's Edition, the Xbox One with the Gwent cards and everything, so pretty cool there. And if you are into Witcher 3, I highly recommend this as well. This is a Blu-ray of the Witcher 3 concert that was done, including audio CD and other stuff. But it's really neat hearing the whole soundtrack done by a live symphony. So, pretty cool thing there as well. Alright, so Halo. Told you it's my favorite franchise, so I kind of made a little dedicated space just for Halo stuff. This is a print from Acme again of Halo 4, Chief and Cortana. Love that relationship in Halo 4, so I love that print. That's why it's centerpiece. Master Chief statue from Sideshow. This is the exclusive with the Needler, which is pretty cool. And then really rare and sought after the old Halo 3 statue. So this is the Cortana one. Sadly, my damn cat broke it off a shelf, so it's glued. It's not worth as much, but it doesn't matter because I'm not selling it anyway. So that's there. As you can see, the Halo 2 original Xbox. This is the translucent green one. Some of the new Dukes just for fun, you know. Official Griff Ball. If you play Griff Ball, this is a Griff Ball plush. Official size apparently. So, you know, that's just kind of sitting here. Whole bunch of things here. So you got Halo art books and comic collections and whatnot. You've got the old, remember the Mountain Dew Game Fuel from when Halo 3 released. That's unopened. A buddy of mine sent that to me. Some of the old toys, and then you've got all the little figures from the Halo Loot Crate. I actually collect those as well, believe it or not. And the Halo consoles through the generations. So you've got the Halo 3 360, the Reach 360, and the Halo 4 360. The Halo 5 Xbox One's actually upstairs. And then some of the matching controllers. So you've got all the matching controllers. You've got the additional Halo 4 360 controller, the separate one that's sought after. Spartan Lock and Master Chief controller at the back there on the stand. So a bunch of Halo stuff there. If you didn't notice, little flood invasion here on my speaker, so he just hangs out. Pan this way for a second. Getting up. Sorry, one thing I forgot to mention is stuff up here. So you've got a little Destiny Ghost hanging out, Windjammers. We play a lot of PUBG, so you got the frying pan hanging out, Cyberpunk visor, the Gears melee weapons going up there. Like I said, I got to mount a few more things, so that's coming. All right, what else we got here? More statues and toys, right? So you've got, obviously everyone knows the Halo 3 Collector's Edition and one of the Rare Edge magazines. Starting from the top, you've got Titanfall Collector's Edition, the original from the Xbox One only. That's a really cool piece. It's really big, as you can see. I like it sitting up top. You've got a Sagat statue and a Raiden statue. These are both like Generation 1 from PCS. So those are really cool. I really love the original game ones like that. And you've got a few more Halo things. So you've got, this is the actual metal Warthog from, man, I'm gonna forget the name of the company now, but these are pretty sought after, along with some Halo Pops. You've got the Reach statue and all the matching Reach figures. God of War, the most recent Collector's Edition in print, and Pops there. I said I like Horizon Zero Dawn, so you've got the Collector's Edition Pops, and that's the Collector's Thunderjaw that didn't come with the game. This was the separate Collector's Edition you could order. And then some Fallout stuff down below as well. So you've got the Pip-Boy, the Fallout 3 Collector's Edition, and you've got the big old helmet there that looks kind of out of place. I gotta find a better spot for it. And then Titanfall 2 helmet. So this is a really cool one. That's a fantastic helmet, lights up, and it's a great prop for Halloween and other things. Alright, so now this is pretty much where I hang out and play games 99% of the time. This is kind of the home theater side of my game room. So you've got these really fine Halo Wars 2 prints, and not that Halo Wars 2 is anything spectacular, but I really like these prints just the way they're done. And some really nice kind of lights on the side here for watching movies that don't interrupt the screen. You've got, this is the biggest statue on. This is a 1-3 PCS. This thing's really, really heavy as well. Sub-Zero, like I said, the Generation 1, so it's from MK1. He's got a nice bloody spine and everything else. So he sits on top of my sub. Jay? No? So big into home theater, so you've got sub, some Dolly speakers, 65-inch OLED, and we kind of work our way this way with an NAD receiver, Panamax, etc. So this really, really booms. Fantastic surround sound setup for games, and just, you know, shakes the whole house. It's excellent quality. Big Gears fan, so here's the new Gears 5 Xbox One X. This is one of the coolest consoles that I think has been out. It just looks fantastic. Next to the Gears 4 one and all the limited controllers, and the Gears 5 Marcus and Kate. Got my Switch, 500 million limited edition PlayStation 4, so also one of the coolest looking consoles. I think it's probably the best PS4, and I've owned several of those as well. And then, like I said, going back to the other side of the Halo Wars 2 print. This thing's crooked right now. And then up here is a Last of Us Mondo print. So unique artwork from Mondo. If you're not familiar with Mondo, they do really rare movie poster prints and stuff. So they made one for The Last of Us last year on Outbreak Day, which I got. And then, you know, everyone needs just an ID at Xbox pillow. We got these last year. They're super rare. Actually, people from Xbox asked me for it. We got that from the developer of, what was it? Who were you talking about? Below, maybe? Yeah, I want to go over Below. Something like that. But interviewed the developer, and he was kind enough to give us a couple pillows. So, otherwise, here you've just got, you know, Elite, the Nacon, which you see my review on, Switch Pro, more Gears stuff, good old coasters, and modular 6-piece sectional, which we kind of move around depending on what game we're playing and what we're doing to hang out. So this is the, like I said, main area here. And then if you just want to, can you pan all the way over there? Just a couple more prints, more Cuphead prints. The one on the left is actually one of the first ones they made before the game was even really well known. I think it's from 2015 when it first debuted. And then underneath you'll see the FanFest 5th anniversary poster there, and you probably can't make it out, but right in the center that's signed by Phil Spencer too. So I got to chat with him for a second. He signed that for us, so pretty cool. So thank you for taking the tour of my game room. As I said, we'll have to do this again in the future, considering I change things around here pretty often. But I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it, and love hearing feedback and you know, questions about some of the things that I have around here too. So As always, thank you for tuning in for Season Gaming. Appreciate it. Take care.